Welcome everyone to the LunARC Lunar Mission 1 landing party. Hi Yoav, nice to see you. I know some people can put on the camera, and for some people it's 3 a.m. But we appreciate you joining us. My name is Lakshmi Karan, and I am one of the co-founders of LunARC. Along with me are our other board members, and I just want to give a quick shout out to the LunARC team. We have Jim Alexander, Topher Wilkins, who is another co-founder, Richard Foley, who will be your chat buddy, Ricardo Trevisan, who will also be our NASA conduit. So hi, Adriana. Priyanka, Parul, so nice to see a lot of our partners joining as well. So we've got an exciting 45 minutes to an hour, and I think the latest we found, we've got some kiddos joining, lovely, is I think closer to the top of the, to halfway, around 34 minutes in is when it's scheduled to land. So we'll get started with our pre-programming, which is basically introducing LunARC to many of you who don't know us, and welcome to the Lunar community. We'll also share a little preview. Listen, we've got tens of thousands of people who submitted the art, so we're going to have a little preview of the art. And we've got some amazing partners who've also joined, so we'll give them an opportunity to comment. But before we get going, I want to give a shout out to Monica with Active Labs. You'll see that on the screen. Monica is our visual recording artist. So as we're having this conversation, Monica is gonna, capture the spirit of this. And everyone who registered for this event will get a chance to see the finished creative product. So thank you so much, Monica. It's 3 a.m. for Monica, and she's going to get some very lucid visuals going for us. Okay.
Hello. Thank you.
So with that, let's kick off. Ricardo, if you can just do the short video of LunARC. Ricardo. So that's a little bit about LunARC, folks. We're a nonprofit initiative. We're barely over 2 years old, but I think thanks to the community, all of you, we've come this far. But I want to just say 2 words about why we begin with art. Art is a universal language. Art does not require resources. We've had partners who've worked with communities that have used, roots and leaves and created art. But more importantly, we wanted to make sure the message is when we say space for all, space benefits everyone, we go to space for humanity. What does that really mean? And for LunARC, that meant let's start with the communities that are most underrepresented and marginalized right now in space exploration. Right? If we can bridge that gap, then everything else starts to get easier. So that's really was the focal point for us. And how do we do this? We're a bunch of volunteers with very limited resources, but we have some very powerful partners. And so we worked with nonprofits around the world, 28 nonprofits, plugged into 40 countries, to actually say, let's invite your communities to be a part of history. And we're not the first art on the moon, obviously. There are people who've sent their art to the moon before, but I think this is the first community art gallery representing people who have never seen themselves as pioneers. And I think that's a moment of historic recognition for us to say, how do we amplify that there are 8 billion people who ought to have a say in what happens in our society? So that's about the mission. Topher, is Lynn with us, do you know, on the call?
I haven't seen her yet, Lakshmi.
Okay. Well, just a quick shout out. Lynn Harper might join us. She's with NASA. She's known as the mother of astrobiology, the field. And she was one of the early, ideation partners for the Lunar University. So we'll give a shout out to her, Lynn. Okay. Without ado, let's take a quick peek at the artwork that's going to land in a few minutes. Ricardo, let's roll.
Heading to see the moon, even up close, limitless and wonderful inspiration, symbol of greatness and imagination for humankind. Civilians in space, exploration for universal revolution. Humanity into the stars once more again. It has been a long time ago when we were there, but here is the day we've been always looking for. Civilians in space, exploration for universal revolution. Dear moon, what will they see? Dear moon, what will they feel? Dear moon, what will they create? They'll do a great job that no one did before.
Richard. Richard generously donated his creative song for that preview. Richard, do you want to say a couple of words about the meaning of that song?
Okay. Thank you, Lakshmi. Hello, everyone. So this is so exciting. I wrote actually this song to celebrate this new space area we are in, where even civilians are going to space, exploring space, and getting the outcome back to everyone on Earth. So it's a different moment and exciting. It is very exciting that we are witnessing it. But also, on the other hand, this song want to put an emphasis on the fact that through the overview effect, we have the opportunity actually to see ourselves in different way and to see ourselves as parts of the only team that is on Earth, which is humanity. So seen from space, we are only one humanity, and we are all in this spaceship that is Earth. So it's a call to unity and a call for peace globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you for that shout out to the overview effect. Frank White's with us. Hi, Frank. Frank's the person who coined the term overview effect. So very grateful you could join us, Frank.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Happy to be.
Great, welcome. So now let's take a few minutes to hear from our partners. Okay, so we've got 3 partners. Listen, we would love to have an hour to hear from all our partners, but we're going to go with 3 from different continents. Let's start with you, Parul Uppal. Parul represents Pratham, which is one of the largest education organizations in India. And Pratham works in tens of thousands of rural villages across the country. So Parul, a few words from your community about this mission.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, heartiest congratulations to all of you that we are going to the moon and finally landing in some time. Namaste and greetings to everyone. I want to start with a phrase from the Rig Veda. It says, Chandrama Manaso Jata. It means that from the mind of the cosmic being, the moon was born. Rig Veda captures this deep connection that ancient Indian thought has with the cosmos. And for a very, very long time, moon in India, I don't think is just any other celestial body. It has been a symbol of dreams, creativity, and limitless exploration. Poets have been inspired by the moon. A lot of songs have been written for the moon. Poems have been written for the moon. Children sing lullabies related to the moon. So moon, if we look at it, it's a part of our lives, a part of our culture. And I believe that today, as we witness LunARC's landing, we are reminded that space is not just for a few, it belongs to all of us. With that, I would like to introduce myself. I am Parul Uppal from Pratham Education Foundation. It is one of the leading educational foundations in India. And we have a mission that every child should be in school and learning well. And at Pratham, we believe that every child deserves a chance to dream beyond the normal. And through our Creativity Club program, we provide young children a space to express themselves, to explore different themes and ideas, and reimagine their place in the universe. And when we were invited to contribute to the Lunar Community Art Gallery, it was more than an opportunity for me and for the children and the whole team that worked in the mission, because it was an opportunity to send something to the moon. And whenever I think about it, it still gives me goosebumps. It was a moment to tell everyone that creativity has no boundaries, and this is literally the meaning of this statement here. And that every child, no matter what their background, they have a place in the future of space exploration. And when I say that, I say it in the backdrop that we worked with the tribal communities in India, which are generally not so exposed to the modern ideas of space exploration. And this means with this mission, we ensured that they have a space, the space in the future of learning and in space exploration. Through this program, we had a lot of children from almost 11 states across India who contributed their art, and that was inspired by Cosmos. Some people, when I saw the artwork, it was very diverse. Some people were sending pictures of their local communities. Some were doodling moon, some were doodling a story narrative. So there was a lot of attempts towards making something that lasts long. And personally, I feel that our stories are going to stay on the moon for the future generation. And and as we celebrate this historic moment, I just feel that this is not just a mission, it's a movement towards the future, and space belongs to everyone. So thank you so much, and congratulations to everyone who's been a part of this amazing initiative. Yeah, all the best.
Thank you, Parul. I know we have thousands of kids across India cheering this, and we'll have a recording for you to share with them because, you know, it's Sunday. They're all happy at home. Great. I'd like to next invite, is Dr. Mohammed Isa on the call? Dr. Isa is with Creativity Lab Palestine, and he is joining us to say a few words. Welcome, Dr. Isa. Dr. Isa? Thought I did. All right, well, let's go to the next partner, and then we'll come back to see if Dr. Isa is with us. Laurent, are you there?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So Laurent Good is the honorary representative from Polynesia. Laurent's not only a partner, but he's also an advisor to LunARC and really helping us understand how to invite and make the indigenous communities a part of our mission. We're learning a lot from Laurent. So over to you, Laurent, for a few words.
Well, it is indeed a complicated task because, I mean, it's a diverse world, as we all are. But I just want to say, well, first of all, hi from Tahiti, Yaorana from Tahiti. Maybe just one word that we won't hear tonight. It's Maeva. How we say it in Tahitian, it means welcome. I mean, it's probably the unique word we won't hear tonight. But I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity for French Polynesia. It was still unbelievable, and actually for them even tonight. I was discussing with people just they could not believe it was happening. So we all connected to the NASA Direct on YouTube that here is displaying next to me. Well, thank you for sharing this opportunity with us.
Thank you, Laurent. And I think for us, working with these communities helped us remind that humans were voyagers, you know, our ancestors were voyagers looking at the stars. So this is in many ways a full circle for us. Maybe Dr. Isa is having some connectivity issues. So let's do a quick check-in with Activate Labs. Monica, let's see how the art is coming. Topher, can you just pin her? All right. Love it, love it. Also, we've got a lot of refugees who contributed to this, and I know we say contributions from over 40 countries, but we want to also acknowledge those people who may not be able to identify themselves with a particular country at this point. Thanks, Monica. All right, now listen, let's get to the main show. Ricardo, let's do a live to NASA for a couple of minutes, and then I want to invite Dr. Yoav to share a few words. Let's see
Payload
what's going on.
Services Initiative. We are standing by as PDI process and procedures do continue. Just as a reminder to those of you who are tuning in, the graphic visualization that we do see is has about a 15-second delay, and we did cover that at the top of our broadcast. So just as a reminder, there is that 15-second delay. So we may actually hear that call for landing before the data does get there, but we would like to point that out and keep that in mind as we continue to follow along.
Great. Ricardo, can you
That
just
last
keep
call
the
out you heard
video
was
but
Brooklyn
muted?
settling, so we actually.
Thank you. So Yoav, now come on, let's do this. So Yoav is Landsman was the deputy mission director at Space IL for the 2019 Bereshit lunar lander that got very close to the surface, but was unable to make it. And I think it's, I think he, of all the very few people in the world, deeply understands the challenges of what Blue Ghost is going to face right now. So I know it says almost 11 minutes, but we'd love for you to just give us that, what is that quickening pulse moment of, what the lander is facing? And welcome, by the way.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here, to be invited to this show. I think that for me, it's very exciting to see that, to join that, and to relive my experience. It was 6 years ago. It's hard to believe. Everything in a lunar landing right now is challenging. I can't express enough how challenging it is, because it's not like sending satellites to low Earth orbit, something that we are doing so many times now. And it's quite a routine. It's almost not exciting. But for the moon, almost everything is new. So few people, so few companies or even nations participated in actual lunar landing. And the technology we have is marginally adequate for that. And so we're still learning. Every new lunar mission, we learn something new, which is great for scientists. This is what we like. But it makes it very hard as well. There are some things that are really obscure for the general public. For example, it's not that trivial to understand that when we operate a spacecraft near the moon, we don't exactly know where it is. It sounds funny, right? But we don't have a GPS system for the moon, for example. One day we will have that. We must have that in order to actually operate on the moon. But for now, it is very difficult. It means that we need to measure the location of the spacecraft from Earth, which is very, very far away. And it makes it extremely difficult. It means that the uncertainties are very high. And it means also that when you start the landing, you don't actually know your starting point. I mean, you know it, but with a lot of tolerances. It's very inaccurate. It means that the spacecraft itself needs to be very autonomous. It needs to gather information during the descent, during falling toward the ground, which makes it very, very challenging, because well, if it's an autonomous system, it means that you can't really test it on Earth in the proper way. You can do that with what we have, but for example, we don't have the gravity of the moon here on Earth. We can't simulate it except with computer simulations, and we don't have even a good mapping of the landing site. The moon is fully mapped, don't get me wrong, but not with the right resolution. I mean that you can land on a boulder the size of your lander because you didn't know it's there, right? So you need to train the vehicle, the lander, to identify these obstacles and avoid them if needed. And this is something, again, that you can't fully test on Earth. So how do you know it's reliable? After you land the first time, you know if it's reliable or not, but you need to succeed in that. So it's very challenging. It's very difficult. There are many other challenging things. For example, if you need to operate on the moon for a long time, you need to survive the night on the moon. The night is 14 days on Earth. So it's 14 days where you can't actually create energy from the sun like we used to do with satellites, right? So a battery that lasts 14 days while operating the entire system is something that is really challenging, while the temperatures get very, very low, right? It's so freezing cold there that you need to spend a lot of energy for heating. So you need heating and operating the system. It's extremely challenging, and we need to solve that in order to actually send more equipment to the moon, more science instrument, more people. I hope so.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's really cool that so many companies are joining this kind of race. I don't like calling it a race because it's something that we do for humanity. I hope most of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited here now, and
So
yeah.
there's one question that we've often had, those of us who've tracked this. There is like these few final minutes when you lose connection, and everyone's like, that when you lose comms. Is that real? Is that happening with Blue Ghost, do you think?
Well, first of all, because the lander orbits the moon, half of the time it's behind the moon, which means that you can't have communication unless you have a relay. And we don't really have a relay for that. There is a Chinese relay, but I think it's only for the Chinese mission that operates on the far side of the moon right now. And during the landing, it's important to understand that you don't see it online. There is some latency in the communication. So what you see is what happened a few seconds ago. So it's not just the distance from the spacecraft, which is a great deal, but also the time the communication gets to your command center from the antennas that receive that signal. The antennas are all over the world. So it takes a few seconds, and it means that when you see the last seconds of landing, you know that it is already on the moon, safe and sound, or the opposite of that.
Yeah. And so when will we know that that it's safe? Like, I know intuitive machines that successfully landed on the moon, but then tipped over. So what is a successful landing? I mean, for LunARC, I want to say we're a time capsule. So, and we are on a nanofish technology that would last for 1 billion years. So getting somewhere on the lunar surface is a success for us, but we understand there are a lot of instruments and experiments that need. So what does landing complete actually mean?
Well, the reason we sent landers to the moon in general is to establish a transportation way for sending other things to the moon, right? The lander itself is just like a truck or a train or an airplane, right? It's a vehicle. So landing means that the cargo, the payloads, the scientific instruments, rovers, or other things that are on board can start their mission.
Yes.
So they can do that only if you land safely on the moon. You are on your landing legs, and your antenna communicates with the Earth and the other systems, the power systems, the thermal control system, and other things are working properly.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, listen, it says 3 minutes. It probably will get there sooner than we hear. So maybe for the next 3 minutes, we'll just go to the NASA feed and listen in, and everybody, cross your fingers for all the other partners. Although LunARC would land successfully, no matter what, we want to wish a perfect landing for everyone who's worked for years on experiments, for Firefly team, for LifeShip and our Pyramid on the Moon partners, that it's a success. Okay, volume on, and let's just, for the next 3 minutes, follow with NASA.
We are standing by for continuation of that powered descent initiation or braking burn. This is where all engines are firing to pitch over.
Fighter now, verify 48.3 when ready.
That was Charles. Do you know what seat's missing? What subsystem?
What are we missing?
Structures.
Flight laser rangefinder has measurements.
VNS reports position covariance at 10 meters.
1 minute remaining until pitch over. 13 kilometers south, 2 kilometers up.
We'll actually add in that mechanisms and structures seat
Power is nominal.
right after landing. Alex Kaplan is our engineer there, and he's designed all 3 mechanisms on board the lander that he helped also build and test. Those subsystems become much more prominent after landing, so we'll see him come in later.
So we do see that graphic come up we talked about a little later with the lander foot pads, so our contact legs will turn.
VNS position covariance below 5 meters.
30 seconds remaining to pitch over. 4 kilometers south, 900 meters up.
So those will turn blue once we've confirmed some level of contact, and we'll continue to track as we get closer and closer to the lunar surface over the course of the completion of this PDI. You can see the graphic on the screen demonstrating that Blue Ghost is getting into that vertical configuration and doing that pitch over as expected.
And engine off. Terminal guidance. 500 meters up.
Battery's at 87%.
All right, from here on out, it is just going to be those Spectra
400
engines.
meters.
Now, just as a reminder, those Spectra engines that we see firing right now on our screen,
VNS fighter now, it's verify 49.2 when ready.
they are doing those pulses.
VNS is in relative.
260 meters up.
First redirect occurred, 98 meters from original target.
1 minute remaining in flight.
The vehicle is converged on its commanded descent profile.
All right, so we are in that autonomous phase that you had described to us. She is ready and has been preparing for this.
You're going to hear a lot of call-outs here about vision navigation solutions, laser
Seconds remaining in
rangefinder,
terminal. 100 meters up.
And let's
health
just
systems.
Navigation filter is still healthy. Second hazard avoidance occurred, 5 meters from previous target.
50 meters up. 30 seconds remaining in flight.
Payload verify 49.4.
Copy. Verified.
11 meters up. Vehicle in shutdown.
3 contact sensors tripped.
Engine shutdown confirmed. Power is nominal, vehicle is charging.
IMU reports lunar gravity and it is stable.
Al Khan, Chief Engineer on Ops. Y'all
That's
second
up.
landing. We're on the
That
move.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. We want to hear you.
First commercial company
Yay.
in Moscow to complete
Yay.
a successful moon landing. Congratulations to the
amazing.
entire team.
Wow.
This is such an incredible.
Yay! Wow, that's so cool! That's so cool! Yes, yes. Priyanka, that is awesome.
That was amazing, guys. Wow.
Adrija, used by UTEX. Yoav, you've been our lucky charm this time around. We are on the moon, folks. We're on the moon, and not just us. Listen, I think this is a moment for all of us to think about the thousands of people who are not witnessing this. They are in the daily struggle of life, but we are the ones trying to open the path for them to rejoice in this. So let's also celebrate those who don't know their art is on the moon. I think that's the preciousness of this mission. I'm just going to open it up, people. Just jump in, unmute yourself, share how you're feeling.
Hey, Akka, hi, this is Dr. Srimati.
Thank you, Srimati.
Lovely, lovely. Congratulations, super cool.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't have done it without our partners. Spandan B, I see you, partner. I think there is also our partner from Morocco, possibly on the call. We're gonna stay on this for a bit longer, folks. Before you sign off, I just want to invite Dr. Srimati Kaysen, because this is our first mission. We've got a lot more going on. And Dr. Kaysen actually has a fantastic opportunity for citizens to participate on a lunar orbiter mission. So Srimati, do you take a few minutes to share about that and invite folks to join in?
Firstly, congratulations. I mean, it's such a beautiful fit. I mean, can't believe that, you know, we're all together, watching together. It feels like we are already there on the moon, you know? Oh my God, it's the Eureka moment, I should say. Thank you so much, Lakshmaka, for inviting me here for this. And well, we, Space Kids India, I run this organization called Space Kids India, headquartered in Chennai, south of India. And we are coming up with all-girls historic mission to the moon. And that would be in 2026. We are going to be bringing in 108 countries together, 108 high school girls from each of those countries. And these children, from 12,000 of them, we're going to be handpicking about one each from each of these countries and bring them to India to really build a payload to space, no, to the moon. That is so exciting, and it's going to be the first ever mission where we are bringing all girls together, and that too a global mission, because we are going to have 108 girls building this. So it's a true moment. Fingers crossed, praying hard. We need all your support. Please come together, and whatsoever be it, do stand by us, support us. And next year, 2026, we are going to be launching it.
So Srimati, I think your energy is enough to fuel it. This is amazing. Sarang, I see you, Sarang. I would love to, if you could unmute and invite the Tibetan community in Varanasi to share a few words, because their art went to the moon.
We are amazed. We are so grateful. Congratulations to all. We follow everything that is interdependent, and all of this requires so many parts. And some of our students are here. One of our students actually drew one of the pieces, and we're really proud. Say hello.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm from Tibet.
And he's from Tibet, and I guess the highest point of the earth tiptoeing out to the moon. So we are connected, and thank you so much for this opportunity and what it means for communities like us. This is just an incredible blessing. And we sent a sacred piece of art too that we hope will give love and blessings and peace to the world and to the cosmos, and that we invite a real, genuine new generation of peace in this world. And thank you for your leadership, your kindness. We are so proud. And you have another Fletcher student here, by the way. So, Banashe, Dr. Kenyers, thank you so much. We are so happy over here.
Thank you, Sering. Thank you so much. I want to invite Nezha Laharisi. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, Lakshmi. I'm Nezha Laharisi. I'm from Morocco. And I am in this call representing Voyage, your partner, and Yasmin. So Yasmin right now is on a flight from Spain to Orlando, as Yasmin is leading those dinners that bring refugees with astronauts. And for me, I feel just so blessed to witness this moment. As you said, we are like few people, but there are 8 billion people that are not aware of this. And there is so much I want to share with you. So first of all, you know that today is the first day of Ramadan in Morocco. And in Saudi Arabia, yesterday was the first day of Ramadan. And here comes the importance of the loan in our Islam religion, is that in the Quran, we start the month of Ramadan when we witness the first day of the Quran, of the moon, like the croissant. And that's why it happens every year that we have one day difference. So we don't start the same day as Saudi. Sometimes we will start the same day. And this is the importance of the moon. So every year, just sharing this with you, our like committee of imams, they would by eye witness the croissant of the moon. And this is how it is decided. So every year we don't know. We wait until the last day of Shaban, which is the month just before Ramadan. And in Islam, we follow the lunar calendar. So every month is either 29 or 30 days. So normally they go in alternates, like one month would be 29, the following month will be 30. But specifically for the month of Shaban, they start witnessing the croissant on the 29th day to assert whether we will fast on the following day, which means that Shaban will finish only with 29 days, or we add an extra day of non-fasting and it will complete 30 days. So that's next to that, I have like a specific request for Srimati. So Srimati, you are bringing 108 girls for this project. Personally, I'm leading an organization called Eastern Morocco, a girl today, leader tomorrow. So we work on the STEM education for girls. And we are bringing 108 girls to a university in Morocco in the month of June for the STEAM Festival. So I would love to use this platform to maybe build a bridge and see what we can do together.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so exciting. Thank you. We will get connected, Lakshmi.
Yes. Right now, can you please connect yourselves in the chat? Just do it now.
I will share my numbers straight away.
Thank you, Nezha, for sharing those beautiful sentiments, because I think Sering and the folks, the Tibetan community joining us know that we are in the Losar celebrating the Tibetan New Year. So there is a celebration of the lunar beginning in different communities, and that is exactly what the overview effect is. When we all look at the moon, no matter where we are, we have this ancestral relationship. And for us, it's how do we hold on to that, as we move forward, that counterbalances the competitiveness and the divisive narrative. So that's, I think, the spirit of that definitely is shared here. Priyanka, over to you.
Wow, this was just incredible. I can't, am I audible?
Yes.
Of course.
I don't know. I'm a bit over the moon right now. So firstly, of course, before I forget, I wanted to thank the Karman project for putting us in touch. And I'm very honored that I was on board this project as one of the invited artists. And Karman project also where Yoav and I met. So it's a great community. And of course, Vortex IO, where I'm currently working on flood management using space technologies and in situ data. So I really don't have many words to say, but just to keep it quick, I think what you did was just incredible, which is I've been working in the space industry for about 10 years now, flitting from one project to another, looking for, a truly diverse project. And I think I finally find one. So I'm really happy to be part of this community, and thank you so much for brainstorming.
Thank you, Priyanka. Priyanka is also, bringing a lot of the media attention to us. So thank you, Priyanka, for that, because we're a volunteer organization with limited resources.
Of course, with pleasure.
Adrija, please unmute yourself. Tell us about
Thank you
Youth
so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Adrija. I'm currently based in India. I work with an organization called Youth by You, and we are working in revolutionizing education, how we look at education and how we access it. We mostly focus on people from the global south. That is why a lot of the people from our community could not be here today, because they face internet issues, they face access issues, but their art is on the moon. And I'll be sure to share screenshots and recordings that we get from today's session with them. They have been extremely excited for the last 2 years, waiting for this particular moment. And I feel extremely, extremely fortunate to be able to witness this moment here with people with whom it actually feels like a community. I see young children, I see so much of excitement and energy in the room. So thank you so much, LunARC, for doing this. Thank you for bringing us together, and thank you for continuing to work on something like this. It feels really, really something really that we all connect with. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So before you guys jump off, Richard, thank you. He just posted a link in the chat. The next mission is, so the first mission was really putting the vision of a lunar university or a learning entity. Learning brings humility, curiosity, cooperation. And that's why we chose a learning entity. But the next mission that's going is actually putting the foundational principles for the Lunar University. So please take a moment to sign the declaration. It's going to go up along with your name. So sometime, a million years from now, when there's a flourishing interstellar community, they will know you planted the seed for the Lunar University. So please take a minute to just sign that. Everything we do, by the way, is through donations, and we offer it free to our partners. So that is something that we want to value. There is no cost to participate. If you're interested, you represent an indigenous community or tribal community, we have another mission coming up that we would love for you to be a part of. So please feel free to reach out, info@lunarc.org or partnerships@lunarc.org. And you are now part of the Lunar community. It's given. And we are honored, and we need tens of thousands and millions more to make this happen. So unless there are any other further comments, we'll let you guys go and get a good night's dream of what that future is going to be. And for the Star Trek fans out there, oh wait, before we go, Activate Labs, we want to see your art. Can we pin Monica's art, please? Everyone take a minute to just see this beautiful thing.
Wow. It's so beautiful. Oh,
You're going to get a copy of this. Everyone's going to get a
This is
copy of
very
this.
beautiful.
this is so beautiful.
Thank you so much, Monica. We are so grateful that you stayed up at 4 a.m. to get this creativity to us. All right, folks, we'll let you go. And for the Star Trek fans, we always at LunARC, we sign off with live long and prosper. And we hope to stay connected. Please reach out to us. Thank you. Namaste. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
God
Lakshmi.
bless
Thank you, team.
Great job.
Yes.
Congrats
Bye-bye.
to the team. Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations,